So it's talking about how the wicked are too evil and they flatter themselves too much to sense their own sin. So notice the problem is they don't sense God, right? The essential alpha essence to sense the presence of God. They're too busy flattering themselves. Hey, I'm good at computers. I look at my car. Oh, I got a hot chick in my trophy wife, or whatever the fuck it is. I'm related to this guy and this guy over here. You know what I'm saying? And acting like bitches, and they don't sense their own sin. Okay, and a lot of them are too busy editing my video, trying to make it so I seem queer. I'm not gay. I don't look queer in real life. Okay, they have to fuel me a whole lot to create that effect in person. And for most of the time, I don't look that bad, but I do look a little bit different than I would naturally look in person from all the fuming and poisoning and technology they've used over the years. But they edit the videos. I can tell when I look in the video that I look different than I look in the mirror. Okay, and I've been making videos for a long time. There's definitely some kind of software editing it, and they do something else I've noticed over time after the video's been published and posted for a while on YouTube and Facebook and so on. So anyway, okay, so they fail to act wisely, right? They don't have sense, and they don't sense their own sin. Okay, they don't have that consciousness. God's consciousness is awareness, and they fail to act wisely. So sense and wisdom are connected, right? Um, uh, uh, the fruit of the righteous is a tree of life. Okay, wisdom is the fruit of the righteous, right? So if you don't have sense, you can't be truly righteous and you can't produce that wisdom. We know you have sense when you're righteous because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and cultivating the moral repetition cultivates righteousness. So other people, we can tell immediately they don't have sense, they're just conformists, they're playing a game, right? So they are evil even on their bed. So even when they reproduce, they're evil and they commit themselves to an evil course, their families to an evil course. God's love reaches the heavens, his faithfulness to the skies, his righteousness to the highest mountains, and justice the great deep. He preserves people and animals. People take refuge in the shadow of his wings. God gives them a feast from his house, and they drink from a river of his delight. So part of the fountain of life. God is a fountain of life, right? He said, Jesus said, drink from my water, the river of life. So when God flooded the earth in the Bible, it was here's the opportunity to be righteous. Is one way to look at it, but it's flooded with wickedness and evil people and so on and so forth. So they said, who's the only one who survived was the only people who were righteous survived. And it's said to be a family of people. Spiritually is one way to look at it. The descendants, gene expression is another way to look at it, etc., etc. We know that in this day and age, okay, no decent person, okay, would be alive right now unless they had a divine duty in the divine order. And I'm the top martial artist. If you're not serving the king, you have no purpose here. Okay? So everyone else on the planet we know is evil and are the children of the devil, and I was right to cut them off, and my parents are blameless, mind you, because they have no purpose here, and they didn't kill themselves, and they didn't fight to the death, they're complicit with the New World Order. There's no excuse for that. So they're complicit with the corporate state, the globalists, whatever you want to call it. Okay, and they're doing all kinds of horrible things, raping kids, 9 million people starve to death a year, human trafficking, all these assaults, all these wars, all the things that they're doing, thieving, drugging, and so on and so forth, and all the idolatry and lying, and they're just going to keep every day, wake up, be complicit with it with no higher cause every day. So obviously, I was right to cut them off. Okay, and still after all these, they've admitted that I'm right themselves, and they still have no viable counter argument. So again, to be righteous, you have to have the logic to be righteous. If you say, hey, should I steal or not steal for no reason, okay, with no higher cause, and you say, hey, I'm just going to steal, and you don't do the logic, how can you be righteous? You have to do the logic. So you can't say, hey, if you can't say, I'm logically right not to steal, or I'm logically right to live, and I can be righteous and moral by living, okay, then you can't be righteous, okay? So at times like this, when they fuel me, I go to the drawing board and I say how much people are sinking. So I'm going to say, everyone sinks lower times, we'll call it 10 quadrillion. For every 10 quadrillion, okay, I've decided to kind of recalculate how much people suffer forever. For every 10 quadrillion, and they're up to like 300 something, they're up to 500. I'll have to look at it. But for every 10 quadrillion, that's one time the worst suffering on earth that's ever experienced forever. Okay, so you can imagine, this is a good example of the judgments that are caused. When I'm saying something important, okay, on this date that has significance to this world, but it's a pagan date, it's a long story, okay, when they interfere with God's message, and everyone's in the spirit of doing the wrong thing, They deserve severe punishment. So they deserve to suffer one more time, 10 times 20, 30, one more added, 31, whatever, to whatever punishment they have awaiting for them already for eternity. Okay? Okay, these people who are doing this to me, and the people who, the spirits you're in, are fucking insanely retarded, insanely self-destructive. There's nothing decent in this world worth living for, and yet they won't rally and obey God through me. Just inhuman trash everywhere. Anyway, so in his light we see light. Continue your love to those who know you, your righteousness to the upright in heart. The foot of the proud does not come against me, nor the hand of the wicked drive me away. Evildoers are fallen, thrown down, not able to rise. And we see that this culminate, right? This was written before Christ. People have been warned and warned. Their families were warned. The gospel was preached throughout the world. They did not listen to why to be righteous. They chose to sell their souls for Cruella de Vil type of bitches, for Babs Bunny type of bitches, just dumb fucking whores and dumb careers and dumb lifestyles, while they cause all these people pain, and they're complicit with all this horrible stuff in the world. There's no words for how much they deserve to suffer. Children starved to death, how much should they suffer? How much more should you all suffer for calculating your plan as families every generation and contributing to that suffering? 37, do not fret because of those who do evil, or be envious of them. Like grass, they wither. Commit to the Lord, he will give you the desires of your heart. He will make your righteous reward shine like the dawn, your vindication like the noonday sun. Do not fret when evil people succeed in their ways. When they carry out their schemes, it leads to evil. The wicked gnash their teeth at the righteous. God laughs at them. He knows their day is coming. The wicked draw the sword and bend the bow to bring down the poor and needy, to slay those whose ways are upright, but their swords will pierce their own hearts, and their bows will be broken. So remember, the Lord weighs the heart. What kind of spirit are you in? So I'm calculating how much their spirit has fallen and betrayed God, their spirits, when I say that. So usually I add 10 trillion, 100 trillion. So it used to add less than that, but over time it increased because we're getting toward the end. This is critical crunch time, and people's behavior is appalling. This is the most important most important period in human history, in the entire history of the human race, no matter how you slice it, there ever was, ever will be, and they're acting like complete dogs and monsters and unforgivably wicked scum. Okay, where are we? So again, okay, so these people, okay, their swords and their bows will pierce their own hearts. So as they're trying to interfere, as your spirits are trying to bring me down, trying to mess with me, trying to mock God and mock me, and so on and so forth, your actions are working against you. I'm the top martial artist. Who the fuck you think knows better about this? As you move against me, I outmaneuver you. You know what I'm saying? You people are in a world of shit. Where do you think the strikes of the top martial arts come? You think man came up with themselves? Before humans existed, these martial art moves existed. Before the planet existed, the idea of martial arts existed. Okay? You don't understand that you have put your families in danger to such an extreme, there's no words for it. Okay? And part of the reason why there's no words for it, because people are limited by their brains. God isn't. The justice of God goes far beyond you people's understanding. Okay? But just like when you know you're getting closer to a fire, okay, I know that I'm closer to justice, and I know God will never forsake the righteous. The offspring of the wicked will spiritually perish, and they will suffer forever to the extreme. And as they pass away and they leave kids behind, they'll be asked the question, why did you leave kids behind? And they're still reproducing. And every generation will keep coming back. Why did you keep reproducing? Okay, you say, well, this, I didn't know this. But you knew the world was evil. Why'd you keep reproducing? You know there's technology that has people under mind control. Why'd you keep reproducing? I'm a dumb bitch! And they'll burn forever. You don't see where this is going. I do more than others. I don't see as much as God. You get what I'm saying. Anyway. Better the little the righteous have than the wealth of many wicked. The power of the wicked will be broken, but God upholds the righteous. God upholds the one who delights in them. So God upholds the cups, I guess. God upholds the person, the soul, etc. The cause, okay, the plans, okay, with his hand, okay. The children of the righteous are a blessing. Wrongdoers will be completely destroyed. The offspring of the wicked will perish. The mouths of the righteous utter wisdom, and their hearts speak what is just. The law of God is in their hearts. Um, their feet do not slip. The wicked lie in wait for the righteous to spiritually kill them. God won't allow it. The righteous will see the death of the wicked. All the sinners destroyed. There's no future for them. Okay, they're in the realm of the dead instead of the Jerusalem in the land of the living, right? The promised land. They're on earth in the realm of the dead, headed for the essence of those who betray God. So that's their path, right? The path of the fool leads him to more and more trouble until he burns forever, more and more, as the seeds he planted and the seeds he was complicit in planting, okay, start to come every generation. So as they look down and they say, hey, this is still going on, they're burning. Okay, and the people like me who hate them for cutting them off from the world unfairly instead of making a righteous world where they can reproduce, they're causing them to suffer to the extreme, saying, what the fuck is wrong with you people? And it's fueling their hatred for them, right? Anyway, Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger or discipline me in your wrath. Your arrows have pierced me and your hand has come down on me. So notice the hand of God is a warrior hand, right? It's like I said earlier, martial arts predates the human existence, the existence of the planet, etc. Okay, do not let evil people, the idea of martial arts. Do not let people, and the principles. Do not let evil people exalt themselves over me when my feet slip. Many have become my enemies without cause. Those who hate me are numerous. Those who repay me, pay my good with evil, lodge accusations against me. So again, the trophy wife. Okay, these people are arguing, hey, we're exalted over me because all the hot chicks like us and our money and our blood money and our trickle-down pedo money and our mass murdering, mass starvation money and our mass drugging money, mass exploitation, neo-colonialists. These are the people who run a train on Pocahontas, rape her kid, and eat them both without, feeling bad at all type of thing. And these guys are like, I'm in their spirit, sucking a kid dick. You know what I'm saying? Just fools, just fools, just fools. All right, anyway. Okay. Do not let evil people exalt themselves. Okay. Many have become my enemies without cause. Those who hate me are numerous. Those who repay my good with evil lodge accusations against me. Okay. 39. His anguish is increased for him when trying to be silent around the wicked. So he suffers more when he's trying to be silent around the wicked. Okay. His heart is said to grow hot while meditating on the word. The fire of God's Spirit burns him. He says, I spoke with my tongue. Life is short, people, like a mere phantom. Okay? Piling up wealth, not knowing who it will belong to. He's asking God to remove his scourge from him. He says he's overcome by the blow of his hand. It's the blow. So the martial arts strikes that I've mastered far more than anyone who's ever lived and anyone who ever will, because time has been called. They're going down the path of the wicked. You can't be the top martial artist while going down the path of the wicked in generation of ill-gotten gains. Proverbs 1, to understand all the rest of the Bible, Proverbs 1 was written. It says, such are the paths of those who go after ill-gotten gains and take away the life of all who get it. So a king who hates ill-gotten gains will be established forever. You people live ill-gotten gains. You'll have no choice but to only have ill-gotten gains. You'll have no valid redeemer after I'm gone. Okay? And of course, in Luke 23, it said, don't breed, right? Blessed are the wombs that never bore, the breasts that never nursed, so on and so forth. Anyway, so when God disciplines a person, he consumes their spiritual wealth like a moth. He wants God to look away so he can live, because he's embarrassed at that point in Psalms. He's mad at himself. He's made sins, and made mistakes. So God heard his cry and lifted him out of the slimy pit, the mud and mire. He set his feet on solid rock. He gave him a firm place to stand. Blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, who does not look to the proud or trust in false gods. Burnt offerings and sin offerings do not matter, right? You want great conduct. I want you to walk upright and so on and so forth. Then I said, here I am. I have come. It is written about me in the scrolls. I desire to do your will, God. Your law is within my heart. I speak of your saving acts, your righteousness and faithfulness. He doesn't want the sins to overtake him, and he cannot see his heart's folly. May all who want to take my life be put to shame and confusion. You are my God. Do not delay. So that's I ended on 40. That was between the video before this and this one. It's Psalm 31 through 40. I did not want to make it that slowly.